Buenos días. Buenos días. Hoy vamos a intentar hacer una presentación preliminar acerca del tema del 2033. Voy a leer esto en voz alta para poder introducir el texto en la aplicación de Pelican. Entonces, ¿lo tengo en inglés o en español? En ambos. Let's start in English then. Okay. So, the interesting thing about ideas is that they have a way of spawning new ideas. Well, yes, that's what debate and intellectual curiosity does. Before pondering on the significance of the meaning of an issue, it is incumbent to understand the issue in its objective factual status. Once a clear and encompassing understanding is achieved, then causalities and consequences may be gleaned. Our first step is to lay out salient information sufficient to produce a dramatic realignment of subjective perception of the world and the individual, inasmuch as it entertains his or her instinctual telos, or the deep-seated need for ultimate meaning. 1. The calendar as a stable fixture of dimensionality, the dimensionality of time, a GPS or compass of linear progression. 2. Our world is a linear progressive in its logistics, and all templates of Western, is there any other, civilization, morals, and ethics. 3. What is 2033? So we have the salient Christian markers, which would be the crucifixion of Jesus, the resurrection, the ascension, Pentecost, the Great Commission, Anno Domini. The Catholic Church begins its ministry. Division of the Bible and before and after, new and old. The division of the world history before and after. 4. Understanding the mission of the Church in regards to the gospel. 5. The purpose of civilization. God, the vision for the world, peace, order, prosperity, and joy. 6. The progress of science and knowable, the hopes and knowledge, the hopes of the future, and A. Prophetic texts, Isaiah, Habakkuk, Hosea, Daniel, etc. B. Abstruse concepts, such as the second and third day motif in Scripture, very central to the resurrection of Jesus and the resurrection of Zion, Hosea chapter 6, verse 2. C. Weightiness of the 2,000 years in this context, as it fulfills all mystic metaphysics and Orthodox Christian theology. So, coupled with the 33, the entire issue takes on a supernormative arcane, beyond what would be possible to purposely construct. 7. Facts that show 2033 to be the eschatological target of linear progressive science, since patent and invention was institutionalized. All point with certitude to an apex in all charts that track linear progression of data and information. B. Politics, governance, finance, and systems. 7. State of the Great Commission, Matthew 28:18, 24:14, Mark 16:15 through 16. 8. Having established everything that is knowable about the issue, we explore the means to capitalize and to disseminate, to monetize and generate works, assigning metrics and logistics that permit effectiveness or the effectivization and application of, So, I have to translate this, que permitan efectivizar y apalancar las dádivas y contribuciones. So we're talking about ONGs, foundations, and how to build nexus and collaborations. Implementation of extreme dynamism and constructivism in the rate of progress of the project, from maps to flowcharts to mission statements to funding and partners, etc. And now, finally, to the Anno Domini theme in and of itself. From Charlemagne, Dennis the Small, the advancement of the calendar in history, culminating in 1947, the UN Chartered Universal Calendar, second and third day, Hosea chapter 6, 2, etc. So after that rather dry, vapid reading of what should be an outline for this project, I gather, and I do remember that there is all-encompassing information that ties in just about everything that you can imagine to this project. Anything that has been written, published, every theme, trope, movie, storyline, just about everything synchronizes with this particular issue, this project. So this is what we're going to try to show. We're going to try to reveal the extent of how this has permeated just about everything and every single aspect of human life in one way or the other. It guides progress, and the fulfillment of it seems to be very close. So what does that mean? What can we gather from this? I mean, those are very weighty speculations, and I would be fascinated to bring on board brilliant minds that can ponder and take apart this this problem. I'm searching for words here. I'm really at a loss trying to bring the thing to clarity. So I'm really stumped right now, and that's why these outlines are so important. And to just get started, because like I said in the first, the one idea breeds a new idea, and it spawns one thing and the other. But there is an incredible, vast amount of information there on every single point to really bring reassurance that all this is true. This is very, very important information. Now, the surprising thing is that nobody really knows about this. It's not on anybody's radar, and as far as I've been tracking, which has not been recent, like in the last few days or years, what the Vatican would be up to, or what the internet chatter is saying about 2033. Now, unfortunately, 2033 will have an apocalyptic spin on it, and it will go the way of every other prediction, such as 2012, Y2K, the late great planet Earth, all these ideas that, have the end of the world is nigh and all of this. So, it's unavoidable. That part is unavoidable. It's just, it's in the mix. And as far as that's concerned, every single well has been poisoned. But that's why, I guess that's part of the promise in Matthew 16, that we will be able to drink poisons and take snakes into our hands and nothing will happen. I guess it's a metaphor for this type of poison. It's a poison well, yet there is truth, and there is sound foundational reasoning behind all of this. And there is a purity that cannot be poisoned for the discerner, for the person that seeks knowledge and seeks to understand the reasons and the purposes of everything that goes on in this world. They'll be able to gloss enough for their own satisfaction to understand the truth, no matter, how many lies have been said or whatever, If a person truly wants to know the truth, they'll surmise it through all of this. They'll surmise what the hell is going on. So anyways, we'll add this to the video. Can't make it too long so we can introduce some more text.